What is enlightenment? If you're seeking more enlightenment in your life, let's talk about what it really is and what it's not, and some of the keys that can help you to bring more enlightenment into your life. So what does enlightenment mean? If we were to look at it, the word itself, enlightenment, we're talking about an increase of light. And when the light shines, what happens? Think of the classic image of somebody getting an idea. Aha, the light bulb goes off. Enlightenment is a state of having greater awareness and more clarity. When talking about enlightenment, we're usually talking about some sort of spiritual understanding that has a direct impact on your quality of life. Enlightenment leads to greater peace within you, and you're able to navigate life from this more enlightened, this more aware state of being. But here's the first key. Enlightenment is not a destination. It's not a place where you cross the finish line, check, work is done, I'm enlightened. No, that's not how it works. You may have moments of enlightenment. That light bulb goes off and you have that aha moment, that clarity comes in. But the thing is, we want to be living from this state all the time. We want to always be able to find that clarity and to navigate life from this place of having greater clarity and awareness. To live from an enlightened state of being rather than coming out of ignorance. And let me be clear, I'm not claiming to be above this. I'm not claiming to have reached this state of always operating in enlightenment. I have my own ignorance and lack of clarity as well. But I've been on this journey long enough and I've seen from where I've been to where I am now, and I have some insight on this that I'd like to share. Most people are good people. Most people want to do good in the world. This is their intention. So why is the world in the state that it's in? It's because so much of the time we're operating from a place of ignorance. We don't realize the choices, the actions that we take that are having an impact in a way that is not going to be bringing more light and positive change in the world. And that's just something, once we accept that, now we can do something about it. We can make changes and bring in that greater awareness and clarity to be able to take action in a different way. Because if we didn't have to do things differently, we would just say, it would already be perfect. But I would say there's room for growth, there's room for change within myself, within the world. And so I want to be open to the possibility of a different perspective and a way of doing things differently. So perhaps there is still some ignorance within myself. I will 100% admit that I have room to grow and have greater awareness and clarity. And that's why enlightenment is a journey. It's not a destination. The more you learn, the more you realize there's more to learn. And so here's a key to bringing more enlightenment into your life. If you want to bring more enlightenment into your life, come to the place of, I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what I don't know, and therefore there's perhaps another perspective that can bring in more awareness. And so having that open mind, being able to allow the light to come in that might challenge you, that might push your buttons. And that's okay. It's okay to get your buttons pushed. Let it happen and consider, what if this were true? What does that mean? And having that open mind allows you to see things from different perspectives, to test it, to bring it in and consider it and test it and see, okay, where does this hold up? And then apply it. And through applying it and seeing the results of that, you can learn. This is the way of a scientist. It's the way of a metaphysician, to take these ideas, concepts, principles, and consider it, apply it, and test it, and see the results. And if the results are good, then you've discovered something new. And we can only do that if we have that open mind, open to new possibilities, new perspectives. If we think we have it all figured out, we're going to remain in whatever state of ignorance we're in. We have to be humble and realize, maybe I don't know everything. Maybe there's another perspective, another way of thinking about this. And letting go of your own opinions and attachments to your thoughts and ideas is a great place to start. Here's the second key. When it comes to enlightenment, nobody else can do it for you. Your enlightenment is your responsibility. It comes through your own effort and your will. There are a lot of people who are looking for somebody else to fix them, who are looking for that magic bullet, who are looking for that person who can heal them and change their life, to relieve the struggle. And I understand life is hard, but when you come to understanding that 99% of your own enlightenment comes through your own effort, and take responsibility for your own healing, which enlightenment, it's healing is letting go of all the things that get in the way of living as your true self, as the enlightened being that you are. As an infinite spiritual being, you're enlightened. And we want to bring that awareness from your true self in living from that foundation in your life. And anything that gets in the way of that, that blocks the light, we want to let go of it so that we can have that clarity, that awareness, and live from this state of being. And so while there are keys and tools that you can learn, that's what the Mystery School is all about, is sharing these tools that you can learn and apply in your life that have worked for thousands of years to bring more light, to assist us in living from this foundation of who we are as spirit. We can learn that and we can receive it, but it's up to us to apply the tools, to use them, and to see that result in our life. If I just take the class and I just have that mental understanding, but I don't actually apply it, nothing's going to change. But if I apply the tools, then I can really see the results of it. So if I take responsibility for myself and my own healing and my enlightenment, there's two things here, some good news and bad news. The good news is that it's in your hands. If you want to make it happen, it's in your hands. You can do something about it. And the bad news isn't really bad news, it's just that it's on your shoulders. Nobody else is going to do it for you. So you can apply the tools, you can take the steps, take the action, change whatever it is in your life that needs to change, whether it's your personal practice, how you eat, how you exercise, your meditation, our ways of thinking. There are tools that can help us to come into this more enlightened state of living, to have more clarity and awareness, but we have to be willing. We have to be willing to open our minds to change. Because if I want my life to change, but I'm not willing to change myself, good luck. We need to be willing to change if we want our life to change. There are things that we probably, maybe it's a comfortable thing that we're used to, but it's holding us back. And we have to be willing to look at that and say, well, maybe this is something that's not helping the situation. This is not leading me to having more peace in my life. This is not leading me to having more joy in my life, to loving myself as much as I could. And we have to be willing to look at that and let it go. We have to be willing to look at, where do I get in my own way? Rather than blaming other people, where am I stopping myself? Because really, we are the ones who get in our own way more than anybody else outside of us. And so if I'm willing to look at that, and then with the Mystery School tools, they're really helpful in shifting and moving through it and supporting us in this process. But it's up to us to do the work, to be willing to take those steps, to be willing to change. And then when we have that willingness within us, it'll happen. You can find a path that has great tools, but it's up to you to apply them. It's up to you to let the light in. It's up to you to forgive, to do the work. And when you do this, this is the path to enlightenment. Consistently doing that work, not just a moment, but every day, living your life in a way that allows you to bring more light in, to let the light in and allow it to enlighten your mind and your heart. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to see the latest video every week. And if you want to know more about working with me and receiving these tools from the Modern Mystery School, click the link below to go to my website and get in touch.
There's a fire